Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm Paolo Garza and I'm the coordinator for this master's degree in data science and engineering. And today in the first part I will show you a brief presentation. I will introduce the content of this master's degree and then we will have time for questions and answers. So first a brief introduction to data science and the curriculum associated with data science. Data science is not only related to machine learning and statistics or deep learning algorithms, it's also mainly focused on programming. So you need to understand how to write programs to analyze data, to manage data, and to apply data science pipeline. But there are also many other things that you need to manage when you want to analyze data and you want to implement data science pipelines. You need to understand who is the owner of the data that you want to analyze. And if you can analyze those data, there are ethical issues. You need to understand if you are extracting automatically knowledge using a machine learning algorithm, for instance, from data, if you can use those data and if this is ethical to do that. But there are also many other fields and skills that are needed as reported in this slide. For instance, you need to be able also to communicate the results that you obtain to the management, for instance, of the company for which you are working in order to use and extract value from the knowledge and from the data that you are analyzing. And you must also be able, usually to improve the communication part, to visualize the result and to share the information with the end user or with the decision makers. Okay, so for this reason, data science is not only focused on a few topics, not only machine learning and statistics, as I said before, but there are many different skills that are needed. This is a definition that that is available in the communication of ACM, that is a magazine focused on computer science in general, not only data science. Before providing you more information about the content of the master degree in data science and engineering, something about the motivation. Why we decided here at Politecnico di Torino to propose this master degree in data science and engineering. There are different motivations. The first one is that there is a large amount of data available nowadays. Frequently, they are called big data. And since we have big amount of data, we want to be able to extract knowledge from this big data. We want to implement data-driven solution, data analytics solutions that are able to automatically extract from this big amount of data useful knowledge. Okay, we don't want to do it manually, we want to do it automatically. So we need something and someone who is able to do that. Okay, again, related to the high availability of data and the need for data-driven solutions and data analytics techniques, there is also an increasing demand for data scientists and data engineers. Okay, these are the main motivation for which we decided to create and propose this master's degree in data science and engineering 4 years ago. The goals of this master's degree. The basic idea is to be able to create professionals, figures who are able to manage the entire pipeline associated with the data science and the data analytics problems. Okay, so we decided to design this master degree in order to provide you with the skills and the knowledge that are needed to manage from data collection at the beginning to data cleaning until the end. At the end of the pipeline, usually you apply machine learning algorithm or data warehousing techniques to analyze the data that you collected and extract knowledge from the data. But it's important to learn the entire pipeline. And this pipeline is associated with different topics. As I mentioned before, we have the machine learning component, we have the programming component, the mathematical and statistical component, but for all steps of this pipeline, you need different backgrounds and different skills. Okay. The core knowledge that we aim to provide you with this master degree are related to the different areas that I mentioned before. So there are courses focused on how to model data, how to apply algorithms automatically on the data to extract knowledge from the data. So how to apply data analytics algorithms. There is a focus a relevant focus on machine learning and deep learning. So how can we use machine learning and deep learning algorithms to analyze the data that we collected? But this is the, let me say, last part of the pipeline. If you don't properly manage the data, so if you're not able to properly collect data from the right sources, if you're not able to store them and analyze them efficiently using, for instance, distributed systems, then you cannot extract useful knowledge using machine learning algorithms. So if you don't have the data, you can have the best machine learning algorithm that you want, but if you don't have the input data, or if the input data are associated with a large amount of noise, in that case, you cannot extract useful information, even if you have the best deep learning algorithm, okay? So another relevant part associated with this master's degree is related with the data management steps. Then, in order to use the machine learning algorithms and the data analytics algorithm, knowing better pros and cons, the advantages and the disadvantages of these methods, is also very relevant to have a strong mathematical and statistical background. For this reason, there are courses that are used to provide you the backgrounds that are needed, the background that is needed to learn how a machine learning algorithm works. In this way, you can also not only select the best algorithm for your problem, but also design new machine learning and data analytics algorithms. So we think that the mathematical and statistical background is also very relevant. Then, as I mentioned before, if you want to analyze big amount of data, you need new frameworks. You can no longer use traditional database system, for instance, or traditional framework to analyze your data. For this reason, there are courses focused on how to manage big amount of data using NoSQL databases, for instance, or how to analyze this big amount of data that you collected using frameworks like Hadoop or Spark or Apache Flink, some of the frameworks that are currently used today to analyze big amount of data. But other relevant points, let me say, that are more related with the soft skills, but soft skills that are very important in the data science and engineering domain. There are courses focused on data ethics and data protection. You need to understand what you can do with the data that you have, and also if you can do that. Suppose that you have data associated with the profiles of some users. There are some laws that allows you to do only some analysis and not some other analysis. So this is related to data protection. Which are the rules that you have, and what can you do with the data, and what you are not allowed to do with the data. Then there are other things that you need to pay attention to that are related to data ethics. Okay, I have the data, I can use the data based on the current rules, we can use the data, but the output that I generate can have an impact on the some ethical issues. So you need to understand also if you can really do something or not only based on what the laws allow you to do, but also on what it is ethical to do. And finally, the other soft skill topic, but is a very important soft skill in the data science area, is innovation management. There is a course that is mandatory in the second semester that is focused on how to use these new technologies, these new frameworks, machine learning, deep learning algorithms, data analytics pipelines, to introduce innovation in the companies. Okay, this is very important. In the innovation management course, you will also learn how to talk with someone that is not a data scientist or data engineer. So you will become, if you will attend this master's degree, a data scientist or a data engineer, but then you will have every day to talk with someone that is the management of the companies for which you will work, that is not a domain expert. So you need to understand also how to communicate with them, how to visualize the results, how to communicate the result that you achieve. Otherwise, the work that you will do will not be used by the other people of the company. Okay. The last bullet here is strong hands-on approach. We believe that obviously the theory is important, and we will provide you a very strong methodological approach to all these activities, to design machine learning algorithm, to design data science pipeline, but it's also very important to try to apply these methodologies, creating real systems that are analyzing real data. So for this reason, there are many courses. For the majority of the courses, we have a project activity associated with the course. And in all courses, there are lab activities that are used to try to apply the methodology and the algorithms that we introduce in real use cases. The curriculum is based on these courses. Now we'll report you the content of the courses that you can select if you will attend the master's degree in data science and engineering. In the first year, we have mainly mandatory courses: data science lab, data management and visualization, machine learning and deep learning, 10 credits, distributed architecture for big data, mathematics in machine learning, data ethics and data protection. These mandatory courses are used to provide you the background that is needed to design an entire data science pipeline independently of the domain in which you will apply the data science pipeline. So these courses are not focused on, let me say, data science for health or data science for finance. These courses are used to provide you the methodology and the background that is needed to solve a data science problem. How to design a data science pipeline, how to understand where to collect the data, how to manage the data, how to remove noise, how can you apply machine learning algorithms, which are the main machine learning algorithms that are nowadays available, which are the advantages and the disadvantages, independently of the domain in which you will apply them. Okay. The goal is to be sure that at the end of the first year, you will be able to design data science pipeline and apply them in different domains. Moreover, there are some courses that are used to provide you more information about some concept that maybe you did not attend during the bachelor. For instance, here we have a first option. You can select from statistical methods in data science or computational linear algebra. If you think that you don't have a strong background in statistical methods, we suggest you to select statistical methods in data science, because the basic statistical methods are needed to understand better also the content of the other courses of the first year and the second year. Differently, if you already have a strong background in the statistical methods, there is another option that is used to provide you more advanced information in this specific area. Similarly here, if you're more interested in how information theory can be used in the data science domain, you will select information theory. If you are more interested in decision making or optimization, based also on your previous background, you can select one of these options. Okay, so the main point is that during the first year, the majority of the courses are mandatory, and they are used to provide to everybody the same basic background that is needed to solve data science problems. And then you can start also selecting some vertical courses based on your interest and also on your previous background. The second year is mainly focused on vertical domains and vertical content. There is only one mandatory course, that is innovation management. That is the course that I mentioned before, that is used to provide you the information about how to bring innovation to the companies using data science technologies and methodologies, and also how to communicate with the management in order to be able to exploit the results of your analysis. Okay, but then there are mainly courses that are focused on some specific topics. For instance, if you are more interested in how to analyze automatically textual documents, how to use ChatGPT or other tools like that, and how they are implemented, you will select deep natural language processing, for instance. If you are more interested in machine learning applied at the IoT level, so how can I use IoT devices to apply machine learning algorithms, or how can I apply machine learning algorithms on IoT data, you will select the other course. Okay, so the basic idea is that now in the second year, you will more focus on the domain and the topics that you're more interested in, selecting from each of these subtables, from each of these group, the course that you are more interested in. Okay. In the second year, you have also some free ECTS courses. You can select 2 free ECTS courses for 12 credits globally, or you can decide to spend a period in a company with an internship, or there is also another option. You can enroll in the Applied Data Science project. This is something that is not associated directly with a company, or better, you will try to solve a problem assigned by a company, but you will do it in groups, and the activities will be carried out at Politecnico di Turin. Okay, so you have different options that you can use to personalize your background and increase your skill in a specific topic. And finally, we have the thesis that is 22 credits. Everybody has to do this thesis activity. The thesis and the internship are two different things. So you can have at the same time an internship on a topic and then the thesis on another topic. The final goal is to have these two output figures, professional figures, data scientist and data engineer. We aim to provide you all the information that is needed to become both a data scientist or a data engineer. There are not two different paths in the master degree in data science, depending on the final goal. If you're interested in becoming a data scientist or a data engineer, at the end, you will more or less always follow the same courses. Okay? At the end of the 2 years, you will be able to apply for a data science position or for a data engineer position without any issue. The data scientists are usually more focused on the design of the pipeline, of the data analytics pipeline, from a functional point of view. So they will decide which are the data that we want to use to solve the problem that we have to solve, which are the algorithms that probably are better, or which are the pre-processing techniques that we should apply, without selecting the specific implementation of the algorithm or the specific implementation of the data pre-processing step. So from a functional point of view, from a high level, they will design the entire pipeline. Differently, the data engineer usually works together with data scientists to implement the solution at the end, to implement the software or the data science pipeline that is used to solve the problem that you're interested in. So the data engineer is more proficient on the technologies that are available and how you can implement the pipeline that has been designed together with the data scientist. Okay. As I mentioned before, attending the courses, the mandatory courses that I showed you before, you will be ready to become both a data scientist or a data engineer. There are not two distinct paths. Something about internationalization. All courses are offered in English. So only courses in English are offered to this master's degree. There is a large amount of international students, more or less 30% of the students in the last year were students from outside Italy. And if you want, you have also the opportunity to spend the second year abroad, not only in Italy, but also somewhere in Europe, thanks to the Erasmus project or other double degree or simply exchange program that we have available. Okay. That's all for this brief presentation. If you have any question, obviously now we will have a question and answer section, but for any other question, I kindly suggest you to subscribe to this Telegram group. If you have any question and you write on this Telegram group your question, we will provide you the answer to the best that we can do. Please pay attention that this Telegram group is mainly focused on the content of the course. So if you have a question related to the content of the course, we are the right person to provide you the answer. If you have administrative questions, it's probably better if you open a ticket with the student office, because we are more focused on the content of the master's degree, not on the administrative rules. Okay, we will try to support you also on the administrative problems, but this Telegram group is not focused on that part. At least it's not the main goal. If you want, you can also send us an email. I will answer to this email, referente.lm.bsc@polito.it. Every time that you send an email to this address, the email will be received by me and by Professor Maurizio Rebaudengo, that coordinates the entire master's degree, not only this master's degree, but also the master's degree in computer engineering and other master's degree offered at Politecnico di Torino. Okay, now I will stop recording the presentation and then I'm ready for answer.